botched cash-in-transit robbery in Johannesburg. A dramatic video has emerged showing the attempted cash-in-transit heist in the vicinity of Multichoice in Randburg this morning. Now, these robbers are seen exchanging gunfire with security guards. More shots then ring out amid screams from hysterical members of the public in nearby buildings. One suspect is seen being shot while trying to hop into a getaway car. It's still unclear, though, how many robbers were involved. The area remains cordoned off as police investigations continue. Well, for more on the story, we have on the line Dr. Chris de Kock. He's an independent crime analyst, and he joins us now on the phone from the mother city. Good afternoon, Chris. Thank you so much for your time on the SABC News Desk.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Chris, another cash-in-transit heist rocks Johannesburg. We are seeing criminals becoming more and more brazen, and with the number of transit heists going up from 137 to 152 nationally in the last crime stats release. Why is a crime of this nature so difficult to curb right now?
Well, this is a highly organized crime. You know, when we talk CIT robberies, that is one of the most organized crimes that you can talk of. I mean, there was a study last year, a doctorate, and that study, unfortunately done in Afrikaans only, that study shows you that, I mean, months of planning goes into one single incident. It's not just the person who get up this morning and decide, now I'm going to do a CIT robbery. It's a very well-planned thing, because they try to hit vehicles which carry a lot of money. So it's organized crime, and for organized crime, the only medicine there is intelligence, good and solid intelligence. You have to identify these people, you have to get close to them, you have to get sources, and you have to get information when they will strike again, and then you'll have to wait for them and try to get hold of them in that fashion.
Chris, when it comes to highly organized crime in the country, what specific steps would you suggest that the SAPS should be taking at this point to improve the performance of its crime intelligence division in relation to key crime challenges confronting it right now?
Yeah, that's a tall order. Because we work now with the intelligence division, which unfortunately at this stage are a little bit broken. They will have to, point number one, get a strong management in crime intelligence, people who know about crime intelligence and how it works, and then train youngsters, get more and more people which they are well trained and well vetted. You must choose the right people, because it's also an environment which unfortunately is easily corruptible. You can get that, these people can be corrupted. So when you talk about this, there's a lot of things that the police must do. They must get a strong management for crime intelligence, which doesn't have a strong management for the last 6-7 years. They must get people vetted, especially the higher ranks, and then they must appoint new ones, new blood, but people which they are training very well.
Very quickly, Chris, what should members of the public do should they be caught up in an incident like this? Because this morning we saw a bystander's car being hijacked by armed criminals.
Yeah, this is difficult. I must tell you, this is extremely difficult. And it happens so quick, but the only thing that you can do is to protect yourself by, if you're in the crossfire, lie down very low on the ground, just fall flat, and so that the bullets can fly over you. Or
Chris,
try to find some place to hide.
Chris, increased surveillance. We've spent a lot of money on increased surveillance, which is proving to be effective here and there. But it is an expensive exercise, and it's not installed in all the hotspots that we actually need it in. Does heightened visibility lead to a reduction in crime, or will criminals just move off to another area?
when you talk this kind of crime, when you talk CITs, visibility will help a very little bit. Actually, I mean, CIT robbers are not afraid of visibility. They will find ways to shoot their way open. They will find ways to block the police. And as I said, they are very well planned, and they don't mind violence. Surveillance in general, if you talk CCTV cameras in cities and CBDs and those kind of things, it helps. But then you need, you don't only need the surveillance, you need what we will call ground troops. You need people very close to the camera so that when something happens, there will be immediately the operational people will be there.
Dr. Chris de Kock, an independent crime analyst, joining us on the line there from the mother city. I do wish we had more time to chat about this very pertinent issue, but it's time to take a short break. Colin will bring you all the latest business news after this.